standing up and walking forward. It's like standing in the ocean and a big wave comes and knocks you down and you're on the floor of the ocean with sand in your nose and sand in your mouth. And then the wave goes out and you stand up. And then another wave comes and knocks you down and you're on the floor of the ocean with sand in your eyes and your nose and your ears. But you know now that the wave also goes out and you stand up again. And after a while, the waves appear to be getting much smaller. Being knocked down and standing up again becomes how the world becomes less of a threat. You have the confidence that, sure, the waves come, but you stand up again. And you keep walking forward. Unconditional confidence in your ability to stand up. And unconditional confidence, which only comes from experience, that then the waves appear to be getting smaller and smaller. Many of the waves don't knock you down any longer. In some cases, there are no waves anymore. At some point, you realize it feels a whole lot better to connect with the vastness of the sea and the sky than to be with that black hood over your head. And that's this bank of energy, this unconditional confidence, that the vastness of our mind, the wide openness of our mind, the fearlessness of our mind is always available to us. And so one of the things that has been most inspiring to me is to realize that I'm not alone in this process. In some sense, it's a very lonely journey because there's no one around who knows necessarily that you're going down, and there's no one else that can really pull you out. People can help you and support you and provide you actually with that cradle of loving kindness, but essentially you're the only one who knows what's going on. So for me, even though it's a lonely journey in some way, I know that I have billions of companions on this path that are also training in facing toward their experience and training in connecting with the genuine heart of sadness. This is where interdependence comes in. Every time I rouse my unconditional confidence and train in fearlessness, I realize that I'm tied as if by invisible strings to billions of people, and that somehow my gesture of courage or bravery is also helping them. And I also always think that when the courage comes to actually stay open and receptive to my experience, when it's so vulnerable, so tender, so painful, I also know that my courage is a result of many, many other people who all over the world are lifting themselves up and walking forward for the sake of all of us and for the sake of the planet. So it's not like we are all alone, me personally struggling to be a warrior, to face my fear and experience, not run from the shaky tenderness. It's like we're a vast society of training bodhisattvas or training warriors, all in this together. So for me it helps to think, if I do it, I'm helping a lot of people. And when they do it, they help me.